Welcome to the 9, everyone. I want to dive more into this with San Francisco Chronicle political writer Joe Garofoli, who joins us. You've been listening to Senator Franken's speech there. He talked about the ethics committee and waiting for it to conclude, but those days are just gone, it seems.
No, those days are gone. You know, that's kind of a face-saving thing for him to say at this point. Let's be clear. This is a milestone moment in politics right now, and in the culture.
Sure.
This was a sitting U.S. senator resigning because of public pressure led by Democratic female senators to say, hey, enough is enough, as Kristen Gillibrand said in a note on Facebook. And politicians rarely call out their own, and their own party. Their own party. That's what I'm saying. But this is a time when they call out their own party. That said, there is a political element to this because on Tuesday, Roy Moore may very well likely be the senator from Alabama. This gives the Democrats the high ground. They can say, hey, we got rid of our guy.
Right.
Are you going to seat this senator? As you said, that the Republicans have said we may not seat this guy because of all the accusations against him.
Can you roll us back maybe 3 or 4 weeks? In the case of Al Franken, largely there was silence. Then there was a watershed moment, if you will, just this week.
Yeah.
Senator upon senator, male and female, saying he has to go.
Right.
What about that initial silence and what caused the loud voices?
Well, the initial silence was Al Franken is seen as a solid senator. We remember him from Saturday Night Live, but he's been a solid senator. He is a moneymaker for the party. He goes, you know, when he's on the road, he can raise money for the party. He has a star quality. He's a good guy. I mean, even all the senators, the women who criticized him, the female Democrats, said he's a good guy. I like him personally.
So then
he's done a lot
changed?
for women. A half dozen women have come forward and said, Al Franken touched me inappropriately. When, you know, one person, okay, they can excuse that in political terms, but if it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we have 2 others in the last couple of days, that's enough is enough.
You talk about this being obviously a political move, a calculated decision here to give the Democrats that solid moral footing from which to criticize Republicans, but does it have any impact on folks on the other side of the aisle? I mean, do they react to this in any way?
We will see. We will see. That's what we'll see.
Do they change the way they're responding to folks like Roy Moore?
Polls say that sexual harassment means a lot more to Democratic voters. I think it was something like 2/3 of Democratic voters say sexual harassment is a big deal for them. Conservative voters, that's not as high on their list of priorities. So they don't feel the internal pressure from their base to respond to this. That's the difference. And the other difference is, you know, this is kind of a perfect political scenario for Democrats to act on this. There's a Democratic governor in Minnesota. He gets to choose Franken's replacement. So it's not like you're losing a seat here. Minnesota, a decently strong blue state. There's likely going to be a Democrat replacing him eventually in the Senate.
It just shows the power of the female voice. I mean, when it comes to Congress and the U.S. Senate, and you kind of touched on it at the top, but we just watched that live.
Yeah.
About, you know, you can almost compare the male versus the female counterparts in the U.S. Senate. You know, it was the female senators on the Democratic side who got this done.
Right.
After the allegations
and
came out.
And there's still very few women. I think it's 20, maybe 25% of the Congress, the House, is women.
But it shows a difference between parties. I guess maybe that's my point.
Yeah, and there are many more Democrats who are women.
And it
sounds
sounds like
Democrats.
a woman is going to be replacing Senator Al Franken.
Yes, we caught that when we said the people of Minnesota deserve a senator who can focus all of her energy.
Right.
And there are
very subtle.
Yes, very subtle. But
that
would certainly solve a lot of political problems for the Democrats. But it also would likely be the right thing to do in the moment.
And real quick, Joe, he says he wants to remain a voice in the conversation. Can he do that?
Give him about a year of going underground. Maybe do some writing, write some books. But he's got to disappear now. Okay. There's nobody. He is not a champion. He may be a champion for women, but publicly, if you have Al Franken going out there and saying, "I'd like to talk about women," no, everybody's turning it off. Nobody cares.
Joe Garofoli, senior political writer at the Chronicle. Thank you for joining us.